Hello everyone, today I'm here with my August wrap up and September TBR. Before I get into the books, there were a couple of exciting things that happened this month, book related still, but more so to do with videos, but I think you'd really enjoy them. The first of which is I did a video, kind of a wrap up video about my experience at Book Expo Australia, so if you'd like to see that, go and check it out. I'll leave the link down below. But the one I'm really excited about is this project started by Ruth at Kindle Reads called Letters to Books, and she's done her own videos previous to this, but towards the end of August she hosted a week of Letters to Books where she had invited some other booktubers to write a letter to books. I started off the week on the Monday and there were some fabulous letters throughout the entire week. There was just some really beautiful and inspirational videos as well, so I definitely recommend you check those out. It was a really lovely idea, so thank you Ruth for asking me to be a part of it. Yeah, again, links down below. I definitely recommend you check those out. So August was a pretty good reading month for me. I managed to get through almost all of the books on my TBR for the month and a few more. I started off reading the book that I was sent by Bookworld for the Reader Rewards program, and that is Endgame by James Frey and Nils Johnson-Shelton. You guys may know that I was feeling a bit conflicted about reading this, just mainly because a lot of the controversy around James Frey, but I did end up reading it and I actually enjoyed it more than I expected to. It was a pretty good book actually, and I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. If you'd like to know a little bit more about my thoughts on it, I did do a review on Goodreads, which I will link down below, but I also mentioned in the review that for this case, I had to kind of separate the art from the artist in order to go about this book in an unbiased way. The next 2 books I read are actually picture books that I had to read for my university course, and these were The Wolf Story and Beware of the Storybook Wolves. These were pretty fun to read, and I mean, it took like 2 minutes to read both of them. And this is about the point where the Bout of Books 11.0 readathon began. Now, I didn't end up doing a wrap-up video for the Bout of Books because my schedule got a little too crazy. I did not have any time. So yeah, I'll go into what I read during that readathon. I started off by finishing the rest of The Vanishing Game by K.T.K. Meyers. This was my July TBR jar pick for that month, and it took me a while to read this one. And I was disappointed with this book. I think for the first half it was okay, but it wasn't really catching my attention very well. I only found myself reading this one for a short amount of time and then getting distracted. Then for about another quarter of the book, it was getting pretty good, pretty intense. And then the last part, I was not happy with. It made me really angry. Just the resolution of this book seemed so unbelievable and unrealistic. It just didn't seem to fit the tone of the book. It just like a weird and a little too crazy of a twist that it didn't find it believable in this world. It kind of felt like there was a bit of a struggle with trying to come up with a solution. It didn't seem to fit, and I didn't like it. I did not like it. I also didn't really connect with the main characters. I didn't feel any empathy, didn't really care about them. I did like the mysterious aspects of them. There were some creepy moments, and like the puzzles and things like that was really intriguing, which was the part that I liked the most about it, but just the way things ended, it was just it just didn't work for me. The next book I read during the Bout of Books readathon was We Were Liars by Lockhart. That's the one. This is another book that I was sent by Bookworld, and I will be doing a review on this one soon. This one, I really enjoyed it. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I did not see that ending coming. It definitely took me by surprise, and I tried to go into it not really thinking about the hype around it, and I know that a lot of people were disappointed because of the hype, so I kind of went into it expecting to be disappointed, but I was pleasantly surprised. It was a very fun and quick read, so yeah. Next is another book that I needed to read for my university course, and that is Pookie, Aleera Is Not My Boyfriend by Stephen Herrick. This was an adorable read. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. It was just really cute. I loved the message behind it, and this was written in verse as well, so it just read really smoothly and easily, and I was able to read this one in like an hour. The next book was also for my uni course, and that is The We Free Men by Terry Pratchett. Another one that I gave 4 out of 5 stars to. This was just so fun, hilarious. It definitely made me laugh quite a few times. It was just just really fun, exciting kind of adventure quest story. So I'm really glad that I picked this one up, and I definitely want to read some more of the Discworld books. So I'm glad that I was able to kind of dip my toes into it a little bit, and we'll see how things go. I also finished listening to an audiobook, The Night is for Hunting by John Marsden. I think this is the 6th book in the Tomorrow series, starting out with Tomorrow When the War Began, and I started reading those ones a really long time ago, and I think from the 3rd book onwards I've been listening to the audiobook. I've been borrowing them from the library, and yeah, I ended up giving it about a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This one wasn't as exciting and action-packed as the other ones. Like, there definitely was some action, but it didn't seem like as much of a big focus as in some of the other ones. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the series, and I'm almost finished the series as well, which is really exciting. The next book that I read is Circle of Blood by David Mack. This is a graphic novel, and oh my goodness, this was fantastic. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I fell in love with the illustrations. David Mack, he also illustrated it. He uses kind of a variety of different styles throughout it, and there's some really interesting and just stunning images in here. I had to stop every so often and just sit there admiring the illustrations because they were just so gorgeous. I could not get over it. And then accompanied by quite an intense, bloody, gritty story as well, that I just fell in love with the main character and her story. Oh, this book was so good. Like, one of the best graphic novels I've ever read. Seriously, it was, oh, beautiful. I can't wait to read more. Moving on to my next book, it is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I didn't actually read this physical book, though it is absolutely gorgeous, but I listened to the audiobook. After I finished The Night is for Hunting, I borrowed the Peter Pan audiobook from my library. I haven't quite rated it yet because I didn't really like the audiobook, to be honest. It wasn't so much the person who was reading it, but like, the one I listened to had a lot of like accompanying music and things like that. It wasn't like bad music or anything, but it kind of took me out of the story. It would start in weird places and sometimes go on for a really long time, so I'd just be sitting there being like, is this gonna end, or is this gonna be the rest of the book just this weird music? So that kind of irritated me when I was listening to the audiobook, but I did really enjoy it. I thought it was cute, and just revisiting one of my favorite stories from my childhood was wonderful. Wonderful. And lastly, the last book that I finished throughout the month, like my favorite, Ready Player One by Ernest, Cline. Freaking fabulous. This book was so good. 5 out of 5 stars. Hands down, amazing, absolutely amazing. I plan on doing a review of this book sometime soon, so look out for that. And because this was the August read for the Little Book Club, I did do a live show. I'll leave a link to that down below, which you can watch. The first 9 to 10 minutes is spoiler free, so you can watch it, but after that I do give you warning, and then we kind of go into spoilers and things like that. But if you'd like to know what all of the hosts thought of it, then definitely check that out. I think this is a book that just so many different people can enjoy, even if you aren't really familiar with 80s pop culture. I don't really think that takes away from the reading experience of this. It's just epic, thrilling, just action-packed, and it was so good. I loved this so much. Like, I want to reread it again right now. It was so good. So those are the books that I did finish throughout the month, but I do have a decent pile of ones that I'm currently reading. I hate that I'm reading so many at once, but it is what it is. First of all, I'm still reading Furies of Calderon by Jim Butcher, but I am making progress. I'm over halfway now. Before the Bad of Books readathon, I powered through and I read a massive chunk of this book, and it's getting really exciting, and I can't wait to finally dive back in, but looking at my TBR pile, I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm also currently reading Stardust by Neil Gaiman, another one for my uni course, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm about almost halfway through it at the moment, and I'm hoping to finish this one tonight. I'm hoping to do it. I can do it. But yeah, it's really nice so far. I am liking it. I'm also reading Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein, I'm not too sure. But I have been buddy reading this with Lindsay and Susie, links down below. Lindsay has already finished this one because she just had to continue. It's really good. But I'm hoping to finish this one really soon. I'm really loving it so far. It is amazing. Absolutely incredible. And the last book that I'm currently reading is Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. I'm about halfway through. I started reading this one during the bout of books, but then uni reading came up and I had to put it down. But it was my August TBR jar pick for the month, and I will hopefully continue this one soon. Hopefully. I've had to kind of put it on the back burner for a little while just because of priorities, but yeah. Now, because of how many books I have to read, I'm not going to be doing a TBR jar pick for this month. I think that's just going to add way too much stress on top of everything, so not going to happen. But I have a few other books that I do need to read throughout the month, aside from the 4 that I'm currently reading and need to finish. The first of which is another uni read, and that is The Fire Eaters by David Arment. Sounds like things are fine, then go a bit cray-cray for the main character. The next one is The Red Shoe by Ursula Dubosarski. This one is set during the Petrov affair in Sydney, Australia, and I'm always really fascinated by historical fiction set during World War II, so I'm really excited about this one. I hope it's good. It's a nice short one though, so this hopefully shouldn't take me too long. I do have another book I need to read for uni, but this is not technically on my TBR pile because I don't need to read it until midway through October, but I would prefer to be ahead. But that one is Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve. This one sounds like it's going to be pretty badass, like assassins and cyborgs and hecticness. So if I get around to this one, I'm actually pretty excited. So it will happen, obviously, because I have to read it for school. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have time this month. So much to do. This next one is another one that is set during World War II. So again, very, very intrigued and very excited to read it. And that is The Narrow Road to the Deep North by Richard Flanagan. Bookworld sent me this for the Reader Rewards program, and I'm hoping to read it this month. It is a bit of a chunkier book, but very, very fascinated. It's set, I think, in a Japanese prisoner of war camp, and the main character is Australian, so holla! It sounds like this one might be a bit of a roller coaster ride for my emotions. These kind of books usually are. Bronze Horseman, The Book Thief, oh my god. And the last one I need to read really soon because I think it's coming out really, really soon, and that is The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. Another one with magic and wizards and all that fun stuff, so I'm really excited to read this. Like, I'm so excited, and hopefully I will get to this one this week because I need to read it soon. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna try and make it happen. But yes, yeah, I'm just so excited. So I just realized I totally forgot to mention one of the books I need to read this month, probably one of the more important ones as well. It is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and that is the book that the Little Book Club is reading this month as chosen by you guys who voted, and I have the ebook copy, which is why I don't have a physical one. But yeah, I am going to be reading that and doing a live show at the end of the month for it. If you'd like to join in and also read Obsidian, I will leave a link down below to the Goodreads group where you can join there and we can discuss the book as we read. And yeah, okay, I'm out. I hope it didn't bore the hell out of you though. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions about any of the books that I've mentioned. In particular, what was your favourite book of August, and what is the book you're most looking forward to reading throughout the coming month? I'd love to hear, and yeah, until next time, bye!